Good morning. I'm Aisha Khalid, and I'll be your host for today's Quiet Echo. I want to tell you about a patient before I tell you anything else. I am going to call her Carol, which is not her name. She had been living with severe stomach pain for almost 2 years when she came to see me last fall. 2 years. I want you to stay there for a moment before I explain what caused it. Carol's pain came on 4 or 5 hours after dinner. Cramping, nausea. It left her curled on the couch until it passed. She had been to a gastroenterologist. She had changed her diet 3 times. Nothing helped. She had started, she told me, to stop eating dinner with her family. It was easier than spending the evening in pain while they cleaned up around her. Her husband had started cooking separately for himself and the children. She had started to wonder if this was simply how the rest of her life would feel. I want you to hear her words the way I heard them sitting across from her. A woman in Cedar Valley, a gardener, a hiker, someone with a family and a table she wanted to sit at, had given up eating dinner with the people she loved because she did not know why her body kept failing her. I asked her to walk me through a typical evening when the symptoms hit. I asked what she had eaten. Steak usually. A burger. Sometimes pork. I asked if she had spent time outdoors. She had. She gardened every spring and summer. She had found ticks on herself twice, small ones, which she had removed and not thought much about. I ordered a blood test. Alpha-gal antibodies. Positive. She called when she got the result. She did not know what alpha-gal syndrome was. I explained it. When I finished, she was quiet. Then she said, "So it was real, not in my head, not something I did wrong." 2 years of wondering if she was the problem. I am recording this today because most people in Cedar Valley have never heard of alpha-gal syndrome. Grilling season is here. The tick carrying this condition is now active in regions where it was not 5 years ago. And I do not want another 2 years to pass for someone in this town who does not have to be in pain. Here is what happens. The Lone Star tick carries a sugar molecule called alpha-gal in its saliva. You can identify the female by a white spot on her back. When the tick bites, it deposits the molecule into the bloodstream. In some people, the immune system produces antibodies to fight it. Those antibodies cause no immediate problem. But the next time the person eats red meat, beef, pork, lamb, venison, the same molecule appears in the food. The immune system reacts. The result is an allergic reaction, sometimes severe. What makes this condition so easy to miss is the delay. The reaction does not come immediately after eating. It comes 3 to 6 hours later. You ate the steak at 6. The pain arrives at 10. By then the meal is a memory and the connection is gone. And the tick bite, the one from weeks or months ago, the one you barely noticed, never enters anyone's mind. A 47-year-old man in New Jersey ate a hamburger last year. He had eaten beef his entire life. Early in the summer, he had noticed small bites around his ankles, what he thought were chiggers. In the eastern United States, what people call chiggers are often the larvae of the Lone Star tick. He did not know this. He had experienced one episode of severe abdominal pain a few weeks before. It had passed. He did not connect it to what he had eaten. He ate the hamburger. 4 hours later, he collapsed. He did not survive. His wife told investigators he had no idea anything was wrong with him. Up to 450,000 Americans may be living with this condition. Most of them do not know it. Many of them have been told they have irritable bowel syndrome, or a food sensitivity, or anxiety. They have changed their diets. They have gone back to the doctor. They have wondered, as Carol wondered, if they were the problem. The Lone Star tick has been moving north and west for a decade. Warmer winters. Larger deer populations. One deer can carry thousands of Lone Star ticks. The tick is now established in parts of the Midwest and the Northeast where physicians had no reason to look for it 5 years ago. Cedar Valley is heading outside. I want you to do one thing when you come back in. Check yourself. Check your children, especially around the ankles, behind the knees, under the arms. The larvae are the size of a poppy seed. They are easy to miss, and they are the ones people do not bother with. If you or someone you love develops severe cramping or nausea 3 to 6 hours after eating red meat, especially if it happens more than once, come in and ask specifically about alpha-gal syndrome. Ask for the blood test. The condition is manageable. What causes the damage is not knowing. Carol stopped eating red meat. The cramping stopped within a week. She called my office to tell me. She said her family had dinner together again last Tuesday. She stayed at the table the whole time. I keep a notebook. I wrote it down. Not because it was a complicated case, because it was a simple one. A woman who had been suffering for 2 years had a name for what was happening to her. And with a name came a way out. I do not know how many people in Cedar Valley are living with something similar and do not have the name yet. I hope fewer after today. If you have questions about tick prevention this season, or if this sounds like something you or someone you know has been living with, the Cedar Valley News Facebook group is open. I will be there. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Aisha Khalid, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, publication consultants, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people and town of Cedar Valley are fictional, alpha-gal syndrome, the Lone Star tick, and all medical details referenced are real and accurate as of April 11, 2026.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.